Storm Amy has already brought significant impacts across northern parts of the UK through the last 24 hours, and there's further very windy weather to come. We've seen gusts in excess of 90 miles per hour across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland, and that's led to, well, widespread travel disruption. Thousands have been without power, and there's also been damage to property as well. And it's no wonder at its lowest, the low pressure that is Storm Amy fell to a pressure reading of 944 hectopascals. That's exceptionally low, and across northern parts of Scotland we had a pressure reading of 947.9, which is a new October record. So no wonder we've had those exceptionally strong damaging winds, and there's also been some heavy rain pushing through in association with this as well. So there's been some localised flooding in places too. The showers have already started to turn heavy and thundery in places as well. Now, whilst the strongest winds from Storm Amy have now started to ease, it is still going to be very windy indeed across northern parts of Scotland through the rest of Saturday, and we do have a number of warnings out. There's an amber warning because significant impacts across northern Scotland are still very likely. Meanwhile, across the rest of the country, there's a yellow wind warning, well, various yellow wind warnings, because many places at risk of gales, if not severe gales, in exposed spots, so further impacts quite possible. There's also a rain warning. It's just been tweaked, so it's quite a small warning now just for northern parts of Scotland, but nonetheless the heavy persistent rain continuing here could cause some further issues. So the band of rain continues across northern parts of Scotland as we go through the afternoon, and those strong winds gusting 80-85 miles per hour continue as well. Elsewhere, it's a showery theme. The showers will be piling in on those strong northwesterly winds, and they are going to be heavy. Some intense downpours with hail, lightning, thunder mixed in with them as well. Further east, a greater chance of avoiding the showers and some sunny spells at times, but everywhere it is going to be windy. Like I say, gales touching severe gales in exposed spots across much of the UK. The strongest winds, though, across the very north of Scotland. Those winds will add to the cooler feel to things. Some fresher air has pushed in, so temperatures on paper are going to be in the low to mid-teens for most, but when you factor in the winds, it's going to feel pretty raw at times. As we go through later on, through the end of the day and overnight, we are going to still see some more persistent rain for a time across northern Scotland, but that is gradually easing, and the winds are easing a little bit as well. Elsewhere, most of the showers will die out, but still some further showers piling into parts of Northern Ireland and some western coastal parts of Scotland, England and Wales, but they won't be quite as heavy, not as intense as the showers that we've seen through the daytime, and most places seeing the showers easing, clearing away. And so for quite a few places it's going to be dry, and there will be some clear skies around, but because those winds are continuing, not as strong as during the daytime, but nonetheless still very blustery, I'm not expecting temperatures to drop a huge amount. So really temperatures falling to around average, not really seeing any frost, even though we have that fresher air and those clearer skies. Then as we go into tomorrow, a bright start, but still blustery, still some strong winds, particularly across northern parts of Scotland, so further warning out until midday on Sunday, because there could be continuation of the impacts from Storm Amy. And then otherwise, we see some showery rain coming into western parts, particularly across western parts of Scotland, but maybe Northern Ireland, northwest England, and a bit of cloud and a few spots of drizzly rain, maybe across parts of Wales and the southwest. But further east and south, a greater chance of clinging on to the drier, sunnier weather, albeit elsewhere it is turning cloudier through the day. Temperatures will be picking up a little bit compared to Saturday, so we're looking at them getting to highs around 16 or 17 Celsius towards the south. In the sunshine with lighter winds, well, it is going to feel markedly warmer than on Saturday, but under the cloud and the rain, and still quite blustery towards the north, while still a fairly fresh feel to things. Then as we look ahead to next week, and it looks like there's going to be a fair bit of rain to start off with, at least towards the northwest. Doesn't look as heavy as it could have been a few days ago when we looked that far ahead, but nonetheless some further rain quite likely for many places. Drier further south, and actually quite warm at times across some eastern parts. But as we go through the week, there is an increasing risk of fog developing overnight. That could be locally dense and could cause some problems. So we will of course be updating you about that, and we'll be keeping you up to date with Storm Amy as well as we go through the rest of Saturday into Sunday. So make sure you stay across our social media channels.